Research shows that kids can lose 2 months of learning in math and science during the summer break. Now there's a new way for parents to find engaging activities that keep their children interested in learning when they're not in school. It's a free online tool called Summer Spark. Here to tell us more are Tammy Jones from United Way for Southeast Michigan and Sarah Elliott of Youth Development Resource Center. Their organizations are partners in the Summer Spark project. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I can't imagine a parent who would see this and not just like turn cartwheels about the idea. Everyone sort of, I think, stresses over that idle time in the summer and whether it's going to take a toll on their kids when they go back to school.
That's right. Yeah, I think summer months are particularly challenging for parents. One, for food issues, right? So you start to have to provide breakfast and lunch to your kids, which often during the school year is provided.
That's dealt with in the schools.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah.
So there's our Meet Up and Eat Up sites across the city that make sure that that is accessible to young people. And you can go to United Way's website to find out more about that. But the other piece is really the strain on parents on making sure their kids are in a safe and productive place during the hours that they have to be at work. School fills up a lot of those hours, and when that suddenly goes away, making sure that there's a place that kids can go, that parents are comfortable, they feel confident with the staff and the facility, and that those kids are actually getting engaged in the fun part of learning. Because during the school year, everything is so structured and driven, if you will, by the grade level content expectations. During summers, when you actually get to have fun and learn and direct your own learning, which is an amazing time for students.
Yeah. So what will people find at this online tool?
Yeah, the website is summersparksem for southeastmichigan.org. And parents can go there, and there's a program finder, so they can put in search terms, look for free programs, low-cost programs, search by their zip code, their child's grade, and pull up a customized list of programs that might be a good fit for their child. So if their child wants to get involved in robotics or do sports over the summer or go to a theater camp, there's all sorts of options for families.
Yeah. One of the things that I think sort of frustrates parents is, again, knowledge of what's out there, knowing that your kids don't just have to sit home all day. I would imagine that was a big driver behind this.
For sure. So we know that there are across the Tri-County area, so Wayne, Oakland, and Macomb, all of which is served by summersparksem.org, that there are parks and rec that provide summer opportunities, that schools provide summer opportunities, but there's also hundreds of nonprofit agencies that do really awesome work. And if you know about it, then you can get your kid enrolled. But finding that information is very one-off. A lot of it is parent to parent. And that is great where there are those strong networks, but there's not always strong networks in place. And so this was really an intentional effort to say, knowing that there's a lot going on, how do we make sure that every parent has access to the information they need so they can find the best fit for their child? It's not unlike some of the work that's happened in schools over the years, but we really recognize the need to do that in the summer months as well.
Talk about the collaboration between your two organizations to do that. That's a cool dynamic that we need more of in Southeast Michigan. Right?
So my organization, the Youth Development Resource Center, our mission is to serve Detroit area youth serving organizations in order to increase their quality and thereby increase their impact on young people. And so we do that in a lot of ways. We help nonprofits measure their quality and their outcomes for kids, and also do a lot of training, professional development, and find some national or local resources that can help them do that work. So United Way came to us a couple years ago and asked to partner to create this resource. We manage the provider side, so we have the connections with the organizations that run these programs and reach out to them to get them to list their programs. And then United Way has a strong voice in the community to parents and other community members, and so partnering up has been a really nice opportunity for both of us.
Is this something you hear as an issue from the parents that you guys deal with?
Even, and it's regardless of income, right? So when I actually sit down with one of our partners, General Motors, last summer, or 2 summers ago now, what was interesting to me is one of the folks said, "I'm so sorry I'm late to this meeting. I had to drop my daughter off at summer camp, and it's such a process." I said, yeah, you're not alone, right? Because it happens at all levels of income. And what we know as United Way, we get requests all the time through our 211 hotline to say, where can we find some support? And so seeing this as a critical need and knowing that we have youth development providers, we know this from the Youth Development Resource Center's work, We have youth development providers that have openings that go unfilled that are free opportunities to young people. It was an obvious opportunity to say, yep, let's go ahead and make sure we're creating a platform and doing the ground game engagement so that we can get more families leaning on the summersparksem.org site.
Yeah. What do you hear from the families that you work with in the city about, the gaps that exist in resources?
Yeah, we did a lot of input sessions with families as we were designing the site, and they definitely felt like there's been a generational change. So when they grew up and when I grew up, summer you could be home or in the neighborhood a bit more and feel safe. There were more people around to watch the kids, and that's a little bit more of a strain on families. Some neighborhoods don't even have schools anymore,
Yes.
Or those community resources. So it's a bit of a stretch. Parents in Detroit were really looking for a comprehensive program, so all-day programs where their kids could be. And then we'd really like to see those places and spaces filled with lots of really high-quality learning opportunities that are often more affluent families can afford to purchase one-week camps that are around robotics and theater arts or things like that. So we want to see those safe, robust places, but with lots of really skill-building, fun learning opportunities for youth over the summer.
Yeah. I'm also reminded of the geographic isolation that a lot of families experience in Detroit.
Absolutely.
When I grew up in the city, there were, a million people, and every neighborhood had a rec center or a boys and girls club or resources that just don't exist anymore.
Yeah.
I wonder if, in addition to building tools that tell people where the resources are, if we still have work to do providing more places.
Absolutely. So I think it's a twofold piece, right? One is we recognize, and this is national, not just in our region, but the achievement gap, right? The difference in achievement of African American students versus white students.
Yeah.
2/3 of that, by the time students are entering 9th grade, is due to the summer months.
Wow.
Right? So there's a lot of focus on schools and what we can do to improve schools, but there's the out of school time that is critical. Right? And so recognizing, I'm a firm believer in Detroit, these are Tanya Allen's words to give due credit, that we don't have a talent gap, we have an opportunity gap.
Opportunity gap,
And
right.
so we have a moral responsibility, in my opinion, to make sure that we're making the opportunities we have accessible. But to your point, we need to know where more opportunities need to exist. So what the Summer Spark platform creates a space for us to be able to do is not only have information for parents, but also understand where our programs are across the region, see where there are gaps in the map compared to where children live, and even like down the road, look at where the requests are coming in to make sure we're actually being responsive to what families are looking for in their
Right.
own communities.
Yeah.
It's a huge opportunity and potential for this work.
Yeah, and that seems to dovetail very much with what you guys are doing too.
Yeah, absolutely. We partner, the Detroit Parks and Rec Department has partnered with Detroit Public Schools to offer summer fun centers. Those are free programs. So Mayor Duggan decided to partner with the district to not only have the rec centers in the summer running summer camps, which do have a fee, but have free programs at 12 Detroit Public Schools throughout the city. So those are a good resources. They're listed in Summer Spark, and then YDRC supports as they're getting those high quality activities into those spaces for kids over the summer, like literacy programs.
Yeah. I mean, the mix of opportunities, arts, actual education is what will make this fun for
Yeah.
the kids.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, congratulations on the
Thank you.
work, and thanks for being here.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you so
Please
much.
make sure to direct folks to summersparksem.org.
SummerSpark SEM.org. Yes,
Yes.
we'll have that at our website.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you so much.